How's it going, YouTube? It's Elliot here. Welcome back to another Elliot Reads video, guys. I am going to be doing my late July TBR. So yeah, I've got 5 books here to read for the month of July. So here they are here. It would have been 6, but I had this one, Winter Keep, but I realised when I looked on Goodreads, this is part of a series. The 4th book in the series, so kinda can't read it because I don't know if it's like a standalone in the series or if I need to read the others in the series to know what's going on here. I can't read this one until I read the other ones in the series, so that sucks. But yeah, so it's going to be 5 books in this month that I'm going to read, and we're going to get into them, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they're about, and let's get into it. Let's see what I'm going to read for the month of July then, guys. The first book that I'm going to read for the month of July is Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. This is about Maggie who buys houses to renovate, and she documents all this for her YouTube channel. So she documents the progress on her YouTube channel for millions of viewers to follow along on the process. But she buys a massive Victorian mansion, so it's a really big job. So she has to hire contractors in to help with the plumbing, the electricals, redoing the roof and things like that. Also a landscapist for the garden and things. So she hires Silas as the landscapist who's going to do the garden and get rid of all the trees and the bushes and all the weeds and things. And as soon as Silas sets eyes on Maggie for the first time, he instantly falls in love with Maggie, and he's a massive flirt when the first meet, and over the course of them working together, he starts like breaking down the walls that Maggie's put up for so long because her rule is she won't date clients. So as they spend more time together, then he slowly breaks down them walls. It kind of like scares her, so she's a bit hesitant falling in love with Silas and agreeing to get into a relationship because she doesn't stay in one place. She moves all the way around the towns to renovate these different houses that she gets for her YouTube channel. So she never settles down anywhere for a long time. So that's why she's also scared to settle down into a relationship with someone. That's the first book that I'm going to read for the month of July. So I'm going to read the back so you get the idea of what it's about. Can these opposites turn up the heat without burning down the house? House flipping sensation YouTube star Maggie Nichols can't wait to dig into her next challenge. Arriving in a tiny American town with only a coffee maker, Maggie is prepared to restore a crumbling Victorian mansion in 4 months or less. She has her to-do list, her blueprints and her team. What she doesn't have is time for sexy laid-back landscaper Silas Wright. The man takes flirtation to a whole new level, and he does it shirtless. He and his dog are impressively persistent, but she's not interested in putting down roots, not when fans tune in to watch her travel the country, turning dilapidated houses into dream homes. A short-term fling, on the other hand, could fit nicely into her calendar. After all, Maggie remembers what fun is like, vaguely. As their summer gets downright steamy, Silas manages to demolish the emotional wall she spent years building, sending Maggie into a panic. He's a wrench in her carefully constructed plans. With the end of the project looming, she has a decision to make. But how can she stay when her entire career is built on moving on? That's my first read for the month of July. I'm excited to... I've already started it, as you can see, but I'm excited to get stuck into more of this book and find out what happens between Silas and Maggie. So yeah, first book. Okay guys, the next book I'm going to read is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is also based on a movie as well. Well, the movie's based on the book, so should I say. Okay guys, this is about Lucy and Joshua, who have been rivals ever since the day they met in the office. They work together, and they have been rivals ever since they first met. And they do make like stupid games to put each other to the test, and Joshua's pretty much won a lot of them, and when a promotion comes up, Lucy doesn't want him to win anything else. So when this promotion comes up, Lucy is going to try and destroy Joshua and get that promotion for herself, because he's won so many things that she doesn't want to let him take this win on the promotion. But as this rivalry is going on, she kind of starts to realize that she actually has feelings for him. She doesn't really hate him as much as she thinks she does. It's like a love enemies to romance sort of thing, so I guess that's what it is. But I'm going to read the back so you get an idea of what it's about, so let's read it. Nemesis. A long-standing rival and arch enemy, a person undoing, Joshua Templeman. Lucy Hutton, baker of cakes, charming assistant and professional nice girl, is waging war. She gets the whole office on her side except for tall, dark, charmless Joshua Templeman. He's been nothing but hostile since the moment they met, and now it feels like nothing matters as much as taking him down. Trapped together in the fluorescent lights, they become entrenched in an addictive rivalry. There's the staring game, the mirror game, the HR game. Lucy can't let Joshua beat her at anything, especially when a huge promotion comes up for grabs. Finally, she gets to destroy the man she can't seem to get out of her office. The man taking up far too much space in her head. The man she hates, or does she? Perhaps the real games have only just begun. Yeah, enemies to lovers romance. I'm excited to get stuck into it and see if Lucy and Joshua can quench their rivalry and probably maybe getting into a relationship. So that's the second book that I'm reading for the month of July. Okay guys, the third book that I'm going to read is Out of Sight by Elmore Leonard. This is also based on a movie, guys. I haven't seen that movie either, so this is a first again for me to read the book first and then probably watch the movie after this to see how different they are or how much they nailed it on the head for the book. But yeah, this is about Jack Foley, who is a criminal and he escapes from prison. As he's escaping from prison, he comes face to face with a US Marshal who's trying to take him back to prison. So he kind of like disarms the federal agent and bundles that into a truck and kidnaps her basically. Yeah, and then he kind of like starts to fall for this US Marshal called Karen, who he has kidnapped, and yeah, the feelings are mutual for them, and Karen actually escaped and Jack starts missing her, but like there's loads of people after Jack, so he has to keep on moving. And obviously the next time they meet, if they meet again and if their paths cross again, then obviously Karen will have to put her feelings aside and take him into jail because that's her job. So yeah, that's the third book that I'm going to read for the month of July, so I'll read the back so you get an idea. World-class gentleman felon Jack Foley was busted out of Florida's Glades prison when he ran head-on into shotgun-wielding Karen Cisco. Suddenly he's sharing a cramped car truck with a disarmed federal marshal, whose Chanel suit costs more than the take from Foley's last bank job, and the chemistry is working overtime. He has a lady Jack could fall for in a big way if she weren't a dedicated representative of the law. And as soon as she escapes, he's missing her. But there are bad men in a major score waiting for Jack in Moortown, and the next time his path crosses Karen's, chances are she's going to be there for business, not pleasure. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. It sounds really interesting. I'm excited to see how, like, if a criminal can break down the walls of a federal agent and, like, make a relationship out of it. You know, like, if she'll go against the job and, like, let him go and, like, get into a relationship with him. Or if she'll just do her job like she's meant to and take him in. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in this one. So yeah, that's the third book I'm going to read for the month of July. Okay guys, the fourth book that I'm going to read is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Chloe, who is chronically ill, and she's got like a bucket list of things to do, like called a Get a Life bucket list. And she wants the help of a bad boy to help her do all the things that she wants to do, because it includes like riding a motorbike and things like that, so like really rebel stuff. She gets the help of Redford. He is this tough guy, he rides a motorbike, he's proper macho and everything. Proper bad boy exterior. Chloe starts to spend more time with Redford and breaks down his walls and the tough exterior and realizes there's actually a sweetheart behind that tough exterior. And it's just to put on, because guys like to do that. They like to put on the tough guy exterior to seem all hard, like they know what they're doing, they can look after themselves and things, you know. And they start to spend more time together. Chloe starts to fall for Redford, and she realizes there's more to life than just a Get a Life list, that she could actually have a relationship and be happy. So yeah, that's what that's about, and I'm going to read the back. So that's the fourth book I'm reading for the month of July, but I'll read the back so you get an idea what it's about. Chloe Brown is chronically ill, computer geek with a goal, a plan and a list. After almost but not quite dying, she comes up with a list of directives to help her get a life. Enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorbike, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. But it's not easy being bad even when you've written out step-by-step guidelines. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Redford Red Morgan. Tattoos and a motorbike, Red is the perfect helper in her mission to rebel. But as they spend more time together, Chloe realizes there's much more to him than his tough exterior implies. Soon she's left wanting more from him than she ever expected. Maybe there's more to life than her list ever imagined. Yeah. Sounds really cute, trying to get with a resident bad boy. But yeah, that's the fourth book that I'm going to read for the month of July, and I'm really excited to get into it and see how Chloe and Red get on with each other, and how if a relationship blossoms between them. So yeah, fourth book I'm going to be reading for July. Okay guys, the fifth and final book I'm going to read for the month of July is a returning author, Harlan Coben, with Missing You. This is about a detective called Kat, and she is on a dating website. I don't know if it's for pleasure or for work, but she comes across a profile that has a picture of a guy who shattered her heart 18 years ago, and as she starts to investigate more into this profile, big conspiracy secret comes to light. She starts like delving deeper in, like more and more things come out that kind of like shocks her. and gets her like drawn into this case. So yeah, I'm guessing she's doing it for an investigation, or she was doing it for pleasure but then it turns into an investigation, but I'm not quite sure because it's not really that clear. But I'll read the back so you get an idea of what it's about. It's a profile like all the others on the online dating site, but as NYPD detective Kat Donovan focuses on the accompanying picture, she feels her whole world exploded as emotions she's ignored for decades come crashing down on her. Staring back at her is the man who shattered her heart 18 years ago. But when Kat reaches out to the man in the profile, her reawakened hope quickly darkens in suspicion as an unspeakable conspiracy comes to light. Kat is consumed by an investigation that challenges her feelings about everyone she ever loved, including her father, whose cruel murder so long ago has never been fully explained. As she ventures deeper into the darkness that she ever has before, she must discover if she has the strength to survive what she finds there. Ooh, that sounds very interesting. That sounds crazy. That sounds really good. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. That's going to be a solid one to end the month off with, so hopefully it's a good one. I'm excited to read this one. Sounds really interesting. Yeah, that is the 5th book that I'm going to read for the month of July. And that is the video, guys. That is the 5 books that I'm going to read for the month of July and a little bit about what they're about. So, yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed hearing about what I'm going to read for the month of July. And I'll be back by the end of it to give my reviews and my ratings on each book that I read, like I always do. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to smash like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Good night. Worth the world, y'all.